A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this particular session, I'm going to be talking about toxic feminines and how they impact the divine feminines or the feminines who are in the journey of becoming divine, accepting their divinity, accepting their goddess energy. Twin flames are special on this planet, we could say, but not from an angle of superiority or inferiority. We would like to say that they possess both the energies in much more balanced state when they come to this planet. And after a few years of living on Earth, which I think happens to most people, they also get programmed. They do get programmed, but they don't completely lose themselves here. It's not like they're going to never get out of it. They will get out of it eventually as more and more time passes by and they are sick and tired of certain things constantly happening around them. And one of these things is toxic femininity. Now, they get a taste of toxic femininity since childhood only, but they cannot really figure it out at that point in time. And then when does it hit them hard is when the masculines leave them for toxic feminines, or the masculine supports toxic feminines, even if, openly you can see the truth. Openly, that, this is not the right type of person or this is not the right thing to do. But the masculine support goes to these people, to these women, to these feminines who are really in low feminine energies, okay? They don't have the goddess energy, they have the demoness energy, they have the evil energy in them. And they can go to any strengths at any lengths to basically destroy the feminines. And they just want the feminines to be out because the feminine triggers them, the feminine irritates them, the feminine makes them feel like, she can't do this, she can't be better than us, she can't be better than me, okay? So different types of toxic feminines are sent on the way, on the path of the divine feminine. Why are they? First of all, we need to know why are they even being sent here? Like, what's their reason? Why should they be in their life? Why should they be obstructing their goals? And why should they just make them feel like unworthy people? Another thing about toxic feminines is that they gang up. They never come alone. If they want to destroy someone's life, some feminine's life, they want her out of their path. So they will form a group. It could be just a group of 2 people or 3 people or 4, 5, 6, 7. It doesn't matter. But it will be one against many. Okay, one against more than one. And then they will on and off increase and decrease this group. There would be men and women going out and in of this group. So they always use this type of the number game also. They like to tell people that, look, we are better, that's why we are bigger in number. Okay? But they forget that when a lioness, when she walks in the jungle, she walks alone. But the jackals, on the other hand, they always come in a group. They always attack in a group or they always roam around in a group because they don't have the concept of being powerful in your own skin. So these toxic feminines are literally insecure, really stupid women who have no concept of spirituality. And even if they speak about spirituality or God or anything, they just do it because, they feel like, it will make them look very nice. It will be really good for their image. It will be like this. It will give them some brownie points. And they do it also to get the attention of the men around them, because they want to make the men feel like we are so amazing, you should look up to us and blah blah blah. Some of the traits of the toxic feminine is that not only she is a toxic woman, a lover, a sister, she is also a toxic mother. She'll never raise her children in the right way. She will make them like her, or they will make them so blinded by her problems or her drama that surrounds her, that the children will always be like following her without knowing what they are doing. Like they could be wrong 100 times, but just because the toxic mother has trained them so well, they will keep on choosing the wrong things. As a lover also, she will always try to fool the man. She'll always make the man believe and feel that, you know what, I am the one who loves you. They'll make him so codependent on him. They'll literally cripple him. Without them, the men cannot do anything. The man cannot do anything. And they will feed to his ego. They will feed to his toxic masculinity as well. Even if he's not a toxic man, they will make sure he turns into one. And they don't want him to be like someone who supports them, or who's like literally serving them in a good cause. They use them in wrong causes. Chit-chatting, gossiping, blackmailing, emotional drama, manipulations. The man will be like just walking behind her without using his brain or mind. Technically, the masculine energy is supposed to follow or serve the feminine energy. And once the masculine is in those energies, he will do that. However, if he is not in his right energies, if he is not fully worked himself, then instead of following a godly woman or a divine feminine, he would start following a toxic woman, a distorted toxic woman, someone who just uses everything, to like body, sexuality, sugar-coated talks. Another quality about toxic feminines that they are extremely sugar-coated, extremely sweet on the face. They could be completely evil. Like I remember I'd met some of these females once when I was working in another city. They were all very sweet when the boyfriends or the husbands or basically male friends, as soon as the guys would be around them, they would be very sweet and very nice, and they would have a different accent, a different voice altogether. It's literally like, babying that person. But as soon as they will leave, they would like literally come into a different version, a different form altogether, Also, toxic feminines are not going to be loyal. They won't be loyal to their own. So many times a toxic woman, a toxic feminine is going to take away men who belong to maybe her sister, maybe some best friend, maybe someone who trusts her, because she just wants to do that, she just wants to take away any happiness that belongs to the other person. And later on, she would act like, it was all your fault. You could not keep him happy. You could not take care of him. I was around, I was sympathetic, I took care of him, and I don't know when it happened. Like, I don't know when we fell in love. I don't know when he started wanting to be with me instead of wanting to be with you. Some of them, would actually do this on the pretext of taking help. Like, you think that she is some damsel in distress, she's like a soul sister, so let me talk to her, let me bring her into my house, let me, give her some space, let me do this for her, that for her. And she wants to take the man away. And then you would be stranded. You would be thrown out from your own house while she would start living in your space, and she'll claim your space. She'll become the queen of that space, In some cases, it is also seen, it's literally the opposite of this scenario. A toxic feminine, she wants to keep her man, okay? And the man finds some woman very attractive. And he goes like, you know what, I really like this girl. She's this, she's that. So instead of getting upset with the man, or instead of saying, hey, what are you doing? She's my friend, or I know this girl, or I know this person. Don't talk about about her like this. Give her some respect. And most importantly, how could you even speak like this in front of me? Well, I'm with you. I'm your girlfriend or your wife or whatever role she has. How can you say this in front of me? She has no problem. On the contrary, she's going to try to serve this woman that he fancies to him. Like, she's going to make attempts like where she can, get him to meet this woman. She'll probably fix up a meeting with her friend, and then at the end, last minute, she would vanish, or she would say something came up, I had to go for this, I had to go for that. Can you just meet my boyfriend? Can you just meet my husband? He's gonna, come over and drop this at your place or that, or, some excuse she'll make up to hook them up, or at least to give them that opportunity, that chance, If it doesn't work out, she'll get out of the way. Like this, these are the extreme things I have seen people doing. I have seen it, and I'm so sure most of you would have had some experience with the toxic feminines, the toxic women. Imagine you are willing to serve your friend to someone you love just because you want to keep him with you, because you don't want him to go away, you don't want him to run away. And such men, these type of men, they are another level of garbage actually. But just imagine how you cope up with such people. In fact, all these toxic feminines, they are present everywhere, like in corporate culture also. These are the women who will not bat an eyelid if they have to sleep with someone just to get the next promotion. When I was in the corporate world, I came across many of these situations. It is one thing to, like someone. It is one thing to date someone for genuine reasons. You have a crush on someone. But it is like fully planned when you actually date your boss or you date someone for a brief period of time, only when the appraisals are around, only when the promotions are around. So you make like an obvious deal. But again, they are so sweet, they are so mushy. Even if they want to ask a favor in exchange of their sexuality, they will do it in a very smart way. They will make the man believe that this woman is all mine and she's doing this purely because she likes me. Once her job is done, she will throw him out of the coffee cup like a fly. Like a fly lands on your tea or coffee, you pick it up and you throw it away and you drink the coffee anyway. Like, I would not have been able to drink the coffee, I'm sure none of you. But she wants to. She wants to because the coffee is very expensive and the coffee is very, very important for her, maybe, So, just an example, guys. I'm just trying to give these examples. I'm sure you have tons of examples of your own. You can also talk about your experiences with toxic feminines, and it would be nice if you would share them under the comment section. And now, why am I discussing this is because this is an important element that you need to heal actually. You need to heal this side of you. This is a wound actually. This is a societal wound. It could also be generational curse. It could also be ancestral curse that within your family, you have some aunties or you have some ladies, or you have some old lady, someone who's very toxic. Okay, and her toxicity is very high. And you can see it in the way she favors specific gender or she favors specific people or she acts like very superior all the time. And it's not like she has all healthy habits, healthy eating habits or healthy drinking habits or healthy lifestyle or anything. Or it could be she just has very negative habits. Like she could be waking up every morning at 4 or 5. But, she could be throughout the day just gossiping about other people, just talking badly about other people. She could be just very orthodox in her approach. She could be like always very sarcastic. But then all the toxic women and these narcissistic women, they somehow seem to get a way around, like you must have also felt it. Like despite all their bad behavior, despite all the narcissistic traits, despite all the toxicity, they still have these people around them, So whenever you go out in your life, anywhere, whenever you come across these type of toxic women, you always see them like an army of squanks, Like there was this movie called Mean Girl. So in that movie also, the main character, the main vamp character, she always had these two stupid dumb friends along with her. Now, if you ask them, why are you even hanging out with her? So they would feel that, in her aura or in her this main character, the girl, I think her name was Regina Skeptor or something like that, if I'm not wrong. The first name I remember, it was Regina for sure. So anyway, they both hang out with her because, they feel that she's the it girl and she's the good looking girl and she wears all the fancy clothes and she has the best looking boyfriend. So they always create this thing around them, a mirage around them. They want the best things and they work very hard for it. Look at the Kardashians, once again, the best example. Look at the Kardashians. Like, other than Kourtney, but Kourtney also has a pattern, like she displayed her whole life when she was with Scott. And she was probably the funniest, the quirkiest, the chilled out person in the family. And she was the first one who actually got famous in the family. And you can see this dynamic, this jealousy, this evident jealousy that Kim Kardashian has with her own sister. And Khloe and all these people, they bullied Kourtney so much, to a point that we could not like, even people did not like it at all. Like, why are they bullying her so much? And some of the things she said, like, I want to be a mom and I want to do my mom things, I want to take care of my children. It makes sense, because she's the single mother in an on and off relationship. And imagine the guy, the father of your children, is constantly coming into the house with new girlfriends, with new people. And whatever it was, she was somehow managing. And instead of supporting her sister, their sister, Khloe was constantly hanging out with Scott. And these people were initially against Scott, including the mother. So when you look at Kris Jenner, she literally looks like this very horrible narcissistic mother, especially when it comes to Kourtney, She looks at Kourtney and she never treats her well, the way she looks at her, the way she makes sarcastic comments on her, the way she makes faces at her, the way she will always, gang up against her along with the other two daughters, her favorite daughters. She's okay if Kourtney's crying. And there are so many YouTubers who actually support Kim Kardashian. Like, it's crazy to see the amount of fans she has. Like, there's one YouTube channel where there's a girl, she's constantly making funny videos. But in those funny videos, she makes Kourtney look equally bad. Now, why I said she's stuck in a loop? Because now she's found a new guy. And again, she's like, in the top game in the family. And you can see how all of them have started roaming around her, because they always want a piece of people's energy. Toxic feminines always want other people's energy. Kourtney wants to detach herself. She says she wants to detach herself, but she's still with them. She cannot fully detach them, like herself and her children and her life. She has to mingle with them, because somewhere, when she's like the queen, or she's like, now that she's married to Travis Barker and he's like, the it thing, and people haven't seen much of him. There's one episode where he was really like talking, looking very weird, They're talking about weird things to a therapist. They're all about like sex, and they're all about, it's like so weird. Is there nothing else that matters in your life other than sex, and other than having babies, and other than, all these materialistic things? They have no concept of spirituality. They have no concept of healing themselves. They have no concepts like these, and then they're constantly fighting with each other. Like, the sister is hanging out with the ex of the sister. The ex is getting more space in the house than the own sister. The ex is getting included in everything, whereas this was the same ex. They wanted him out when he was loving towards Kourtney. When Scott was loving towards Kourtney, that's the time that Kim Kardashian and Khloe and Kris Jenner, they all hated him. They wanted him out. And eventually, when he thought that, I should hang out with this family, I should be with them, or he, started sidelining Kourtney and hanging out with them more just to get, I don't know, some TRP, some ratings or whatever, because he's a toxic masculine either. He's a distorted masculine, more than toxic, I would say, because he doesn't know what he's doing. And now they've cut him out. It's so bizarre to see the way they have cut him out. And now they're like, Kourtney is my sister, I gotta support her, I gotta stand for her. Really, like, why weren't you supporting her and standing by her all this while? Now that she's married a rich rock star, now that she's married a famous guy who's all over her, who's like treating her like a queen, now you want to hang out with her. Now suddenly your sister is so important. So this is what toxic feminines do. They change parties, they change sides very easily. They'll jump in to whosoever is better. And then they will make like that person feel so important. They'll, constantly, try to make that person feel like, you're special. They'll compliment that person. Otherwise, they would make like people beg for compliments, or even forget compliments. If you don't get acknowledgement, how the hell can you get compliments, right? They'll beg for acknowledgement. Still, they won't get any. The divine feminines, or the potential divine feminines that I'm talking about. So why I'm saying that one has to get out of the loop, because if you get into the loop, even if you fix your life, you'll still be back into the loop and you'll still be hanging out with the same group. You'll still be discussing the same things. And forgiveness is different. Okay, so you want to forgive these people that you are getting so affected by, and you realize that you still love them. You still love them, they are your own people. They're biologically, some of them are connected to you. You have a certain soft corner for them, and you can see that they are not in their right space or mind, so you want to forgive them. But they will attack you again. They will hurt you again and again and again. And you don't want to be that person. You should not be that person who keeps getting hurt by them and you keep reacting to them. The only reason why you're reacting to them or getting hurt by them or crying because of them is because you forgive them, but you don't create the boundaries. You forgive them, but you stop doing the work that you were supposed to do. But they don't stop. They don't stop. I'll tell you why they don't stop. I'll tell you. I'll give you the reason, their motivation. Their motivation is their image. Their motivation is their public image and how other people perceive them. It's very, very, very important for them to have that strong public image or social image or even an image within the family. So they want to keep doing something that will attack you indirectly or directly. And when you get attacked by them, obviously you're going to waste some time, you'll be like feeling bad for them and, feeling horrible, like, oh my God, like why am I into this situation? So you need to stop reacting to them once and for all, and you need to build like a strong boundary. If that requires you to do something bizarre and something radical, maybe you should do it, but then once you will step up, they'll follow you. They'll never leave you alone if they are connected to you, if they are related to you, and they will always learn from you. How they do it is they watch you, they observe you, they learn from you, then they copy you. This is how they do it. They copy you. And then through your confidence, they bring in that confidence, like if she can do it, I can do it. If she can be like this, then I can be like that. And they want to do something better than you. And when they do something better than you, like if you do something amazing and nice, you literally go up to them and share it with them. You literally go up and say, hey guys, you know what, I did this and it was so nice. Maybe you should do it too. Maybe we should do it together. You're going to share everything. Like maybe you go somewhere for a holiday, for a vacation. You'll call them. You'll share your journey. You'll share the photographs and the videos. But while you're sharing it with them out of love, how they see it is like they want to do it too. And they want to do it better than you. So they'll take inspiration from you and they will do something even bigger, more crazier than you. Because maybe they have the money to do it. Maybe they have the time to do it. Maybe whatever, And because you have this habit of oversharing, or you have the habit of sharing with them, thinking that they love you, thinking that, they are happy for you. They're not happy for you. Believe it or not, they will never be happy for you. No matter what they say, no matter how many compliments they give you, no matter how many smiles they give you, no matter how much, assurance they give you about themselves, they are not going to be happy when you do something nice. But they would definitely want a piece of it. They would want a piece of it. They want to taste it. They want to smell it. They want to be around that energy, and then they will try to replicate that energy, but you will not have any part of it. You will not have any part of it. Believe it or not, you will not have any part of it. They will make you feel like when they don't need you, when they have their own things, they don't need you, they won't care about you. They won't give you a rat's ass. As long as they are happy in their world, as long as they feel that, okay, they have outsmarted you, they have become better than you, they are doing they'll never speak about it. Like if they have to say something nice to you. So there are two types of toxic feminines. One is that they will never speak nice things about you or to you, in person to you. They'll always be like, yeah, like good for you, like very nice. That's it. On the surface, like a shallow way of doing things. And interestingly, some of them, the other ones, will always be around you because, as I said, they want it badly. They want it too. And if you don't give it to them, say you create very strong, high boundaries and you don't give it to them, then they're going to spend a lot of times competing with you and try to win against you. But then why are they doing this? Because somewhere, somehow, they still matter to you. So how do you cut this cord and how do you detach yourself fully? Obviously, it takes a lot of inner work, it takes therapy, because as I keep saying, these are wounds. These are not wounds that have suddenly appeared in your life, because the wounds that are fresh and new, they can be healed faster. These are really chronic and old wounds. There are things that happened to you in the childhood. There were things when you felt that you were not favored even though you were right. There were things when you had to just flow with the toxic feminine's ideas of life and happiness, even though you did not agree to it or did not like it. There were times that even you had to be very image oriented because they wanted you to be like this. There were times when you had to do so many things just to please the toxic feminines, just to and sometimes maybe you had to be like them, just to get the man or just to get something. So all of these things, they create guilt, shame, they create a lot of regret, they create a lot of negativity, and so it brings you down, it bogs you down, it takes away your confidence. You don't feel like doing anything, you don't feel like waking up, you don't feel like starting your work, you're tired of competing with them. They don't get tired of competing with you. Somehow they don't get tired of competing with you because you are the one who's giving them the energy to go further, do this, do that. But you get tired of them because you don't want to compete with them. You always thought that you love them, and I'm talking about the close people. So these are the energies around you which basically attract karmics and false twins and other toxic feminines in your life. Your life already has this energy somewhere, Every time, just realize this, every time you're upset with your own people, something outside will happen. Like those who have constant karmics around them or constant toxic feminines around them, or there's this insecurity that they're going to take away your person. These people are actually getting energy from your wounds because you have those wounds and you have not worked on those wounds, you have not healed those wounds. So you have these 3D blocks, you have the karmic blocks, you have all these people who are literally standing on your head all the time. You want to get rid of them, you want to get out of their zone, you don't want to be around them, you're sick and tired of their presence, their energy. You feel that no matter where you go, somebody, even in new places, you find them, even if you run away from them. So what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Till the time these wounds are not going to get healed fully, you will keep meeting someone, like a degree of this toxic femininity. Maybe, initially when your wounds are very strong, you'll be literally surrounded with toxic feminines everywhere. Be it friends, be it workplace, be it neighbors, be it family members, cousins, everywhere. And the ones who are really nice, you would not be so close to them. You'll never get to know them as such. When you start doing inner work, more and more deeper inner work, it will reduce to a level, it will reduce down and you'll feel like, okay, they're less. But then they'll keep cropping up in some way, shape or form. They'll keep coming in front of you or on your face, especially when you start doing mission work. I have noticed when you enter mission work, because then your area becomes, very big. The people that you communicate with becomes very big. And sometimes the dark energies, they don't want you to do any mission work. They don't want you to be a part of anything nice, They don't want you to uplift, because that way you will be eventually doing your volunteering duty on planet Earth. They don't want you to succeed in the volunteering duties. So they will use these puppets, they will use people with a very weak sort of a soul, very weak spirit, very materialistic, very dirty people, or if not dirty, just very as I said, low frequency, not attached with so much with the soul concept, always living in fear, so fear-based energies. So they'll connect with these people and they'll start using them as puppets, and they'll start, getting them to do their work and trying to stop you, trying to create trouble for you, trying to create problems for you, so that you just back down and you don't do anything. You just, go inside your cave and you never come out of it. The hermit mode is very much required, because the hermit mode gives you energy, it gives you rest and all that. But then with time, you need to learn how to go in and out of this hermit mode. You can rest, you're supposed to rest, but you have to make it a part of your daily ritual. Like every day you should rest, and every day you should relax, and every day you should go out and hustle, and every day you should be able to face these situations. It should not be so difficult for you. However, these people also get energy from the wounds that have not been healed. Like once you don't have the wound, you will not react to them. There will be something else that you would be doing, or something else that you would be going. But with time, you will not react to these people, and you'll also have a bigger support system. And even if you say don't have a bigger support system, you'll have something you really love to do. So you will be in your own ecosystem, you will be in your own zone, and you will be living your own life full of love and compassion. And if in case something happens, something comes up, then you should know that this is definitely getting energy from some of my old hidden wound. And this has probably come on the surface because I need to work it out right now. And I need to take care of it. So romantically also, in dating also, in a relationship also, if you're single also, if you're a part of community, where you don't have really relationship as such, but you're like a group of men and women who hang out, who meet up, who catch up every now and then, and you just happy doing that, You don't have any such strong sexual connections, but you have some emotional connections with men and women, and then there also you'll find someone toxic. There also you'll find someone, who's like irritating you or annoying you, or they just don't like you, their body language, their expressions, facial expressions. With other women, they are all giggly and happy and, like cute and all. But when you come, they suddenly act like a python who wants to like swallow you. They can't do that, but they want to do that. They can't do that because you're too big for them. You're probably a bigger something. There will be times then you'll feel like crying a lot. There will be times you'll feel hopeless. There will be times you'll be low. But just remember, this is a part of the transformation process. These are all ascension symptoms, especially if you're working on yourself. If you're doing therapy or if you're doing inner work, just hang in there. Just keep working on yourself, okay? Process it. You have to process it, whether you do it with your therapist or you do it alone. But you need to bring up these issues. Any issue that bothers you, you need to bring it up, so that it can be taken out, it can be removed from your DNA system, from your cells, from your energy forever. All right. So this is where I'm going to close this session. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate every one of you, every single person out there. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, for liking the videos, for commenting, for viewing, everything that you do. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. One love and peace out.